Hi, this is Colin from Watch Off the Cuff. Welcome to the March 2026 update. I got a few things to update you on, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, first of all, the last time we had an update, I was waiting on Loups. So I brought a bunch in and it sold out some. So I currently have the Bergeon 7913-L, this lightweight loop, which I'm currently obsessed with. And I had to have that back in stock in number 2, 2.5, and number 3. If you are unsure about what you're looking for with any loop, to quickly recap, I personally in the past have used a number 3 for everyday work, a number 2 to do things like set a balance or set hands because I just want to be have a little higher up magnification. If you don't know or you're new to it, do a 2.5. And even still, I'm personally trying out a 2.5. I'm trying to go with my own recommendation, and I'm going to see how I feel about instead of switching loops. Can I get everything done with a 2.5 instead of doing what I've done in the past, which is to do a 3 and a 2? Anyway, so those are back in stock. Also, I had brought in at the beginning of the year one dip for the first time, and apologetically, I sold out. It is back in stock. If you're waiting for one dip, I currently have it. So there's the update on one dip. Okay, there's more. Okay, it's a good thing I have a list. Okay, so the next thing is we talked about, I've also begun to stock the GS Hypo Cement, which is great for cementing in crystals if you had a gluten crystal. Part of that process, and I mentioned it in some of the other videos, is that you usually want to put enough cement in the seat that it seals all the way, which means when you press it down, you're going to get a little bit that's going to come out the sides. And how do you effectively get rid of that? Myself in the past, I've just simply used a piece of pegwood, sharp to a point, and then once the cement starts to set a little bit, I run it around and then we get rid of the excess. You get a really nice finish. The problem with this is little bits of the wood can come off, and you have to resharpen it a whole bunch of times to get really into the edge between the case on the inside, especially the case and the crystal, to make sure there's no excess glue. You have to sharpen it like a whole bunch of times, like 7 or 8 times by the time you're done doing the crystal install. I have just started to stock this from Bergeon. This is a stick made of peak. It is hard enough that it will do an excellent job, but soft enough that it won't mar the case, both inside and out. The reference number on that is 17216. It is very sharp. You can actually resharpen this. The difference between this and this is the 7010 probe, is that this has got kind of almost a little bit of a matte finish to it. And I wouldn't trust this. Is a little bit too hard that this could mar a case, where this is malleable enough. It's going to be soft enough that it won't. So I'm really excited. I'm looking back some of these things. I'm just like, if only I had known about this, whatever, 3 years ago, that would be amazing. So these are now in stock. Excellent for finishing off a crystal install when you're using that GS cement. Okay, next, oil and grease update. So I did receive an Mobius shipment and was completely stocked up, especially for those of you who were holding out to get the oiler bundle, which includes some oilers, the oil itself, this, which is right here, this oil cup kit to keep them in. Anyway, that went great. Unexpectedly, in that kit, there's a set of 4 oilers, and I've sold out of those 4 oilers. So they're in stock. They should be in by the end of next week. It's Saturday, March the 7th right now. So keep an eye on the website. They're coming, and then that kit's going to be good to go. Go figure. Anyway, so that is going to be figured out. The other thing that I've got new in is I have a new blower from Bergeon. On my own bench, I have the 5733, and they have updated that with a dark version. I like this one because you can put it on your bench like this and it doesn't roll away. That's be like, why would I get this and not like the oval rectangular ones? So they've updated the part number from 5733, which is no longer available, and is now the 15733. I have these in stock now as well. Next on the list. Okay, so I also have Gentian wood in stock. This is the wood that they use to do fine polishing on bevels. So if ever you see them using this like strange kind of like rough wood, the process is we would take diamantine powder, add a little bit of oil, make a paste out of it. I talked last time that I also have a steel plate in a birch box if you wanted to like do a part itself or the flat. But if you're doing a beveled surface, that's not going to work. Anyway, so what you do is you would take one of these, cut it at an angle, charge it like, with the diamantine powder, and you'll be polishing like a Swiss person in no time. Anyway, so that's kind of exciting too. That is in stock. Okay. Also, I had run out of the very popular 6767-F back in stock. And I had also run out of, again, thank you for the order volume, the 7825 tweezers for spring bars. That is also in stock. So if you're waiting for that, please go to the website and check it out. Last but not least, I have a new screwdriver kit in from Bergeon. It is a 7965-MTX. The purpose of this kit is for people doing screwed bracelet link changes. So the important thing about this is, number two, it comes in the three most common sizes. They're going to be used for bracelet link screws. 1.6, of course, that's going to be most Rolex and Omega, and then a 1.4 and a 1.2. So that's going to cover you off. It also has a barrel on it, which goes over the sleeve. I can show you an example. This isn't the Bergeon one, just from my own bench. So here it is. We have this barrel that gets put over the screwdriver, and this gives you the added torque you need, so you're not trying to go back and forth, and that prevents you from having it go all over the place. The next piece that makes this kit important is that instead of a standard blade, it has a T-shaped blade. So if only Philip Hurst here was from your Hurst Watches and Time Panda, I did a couple of episodes with him on the Watch Hangout. I'll put the links in the description. And they howled because I brought diagrams to the live podcast, and I have diagrams today. So I'm going to show you the difference. If you have, some people sometimes hear about these like T-shaped screwdrivers. So here is our screwdriver situation. Most are standard like this. We've got a standard taper and a little bit of a flat at the end here. And the T-tipped ones here are parallel all the way down. And the way they're usually made with a grinding wheel on your side. So the shoulder here is usually rounded. So what's important is that, especially when we have a bracelet screw, which usually has some form of Loctite that's holding it in there. And just so you know, if you were at the Rolex dealer, if they were going to remove a screw from a precious metal bracelet because it's softer, they actually heat the link first. So it's going to soften the Loctite, and it's going to expand that link a little bit to make the screw easier to extract, or it's very easy, if you're not careful, to strip them out. The other thing you probably notice is that it can be very easy to start to distort the screw head when you're trying to put a lot of pressure on it, especially with a bracelet screw. So I'll demonstrate here. So here's our pretend screw cutaway. And we can see here that it only makes contact at the very top here where these two arrows are. So it's very easy then for us to distort these top edges of the screw, because all of the force is literally riding up on these top two edges, nowhere else. So you're starting to see that distortion on the screwdriver. The T-tip instead fits all the way down, and now we have all of this surface area all on either side of that blade making contact with either side, which gives you positive contact and prevents you from distorting the screw head because we have contact all the way along. It's much more easier. It's not much harder to make this tip and maintain this tip, but if you need a dedicated set of screwdrivers for a bracelet removal, this is for sure the Cadillac way to go. And with this tip and the addition of that outer barrel to give you more torque when you turn the screwdriver, you're going to be in good shape. So that is new and on the site as of last week. I think that is it. It's a bit of a short update. There's a few other things floating around as always. I'm always adding things to the website. As always, thanks so much for watching, checking out the online store. And I just had somebody, actually had my first shipment out to New Zealand. So they were kind enough to reach out and say, hey, the checkout isn't quite working. And I had a configuration that wasn't quite right. So if you are somewhere in the world and want to be shipped something from me, please feel to reach out. I will try to accommodate you if I can. I would gladly ship to New Zealand again or Australia. And I currently do ship to most parts of Europe and, of course, all of North America. So anyway, again, thanks so much. Until next time, cheers.